to the second episode of UCAT podcast, and I also wanted to use the opportunity to apologize for almost hitting you with my car. That was a funny moment because I was driving with my friend.
When was that?
When we were in Ljubuški on team building, and my friend was telling to me, my friend saw that I'm not gonna brake, and he was telling to me, please brake because Ljiljan is not gonna move. And I also heard that somebody was telling you, Ljiljan, please move away from the road, this guy is not gonna brake. So that's one funny story also. I mean, it was a good joke in the end. At the same time I braked and he moved, so no harm done. But
yeah, because I had some bad experience with
Ljiljan really has balls of steel, I mean.
With other drivers, because I remember there was one guy and he decided to hit me from the front, and I was lucky not to get my car destroyed, so I'm really happy that you didn't destroy it either, so
otherwise we wouldn't be talking here today. I would be in jail. Who knows where you would be. So from all the UQuest team members, this is the guy I know the longest. I actually know him for I think 5 or 6 years, something like that.
Yeah, but different roles, right?
Yeah, different roles. I was back then a student and he was my professor in business economics. And I just want to check his memory. So Ljiljan, do you remember which grade I had from your subject?
Wow, that's a good question. I'm pretty sure you got something like 9 or 10.
Yeah, I did have 10.
Yeah.
Was like not 95 points, so it almost was a 9, but
yeah.
I'm glad I did a 10.
Was it 94.5?
No.
No.
It's like 0.5 points.
No, I think the professor of that subject wouldn't give me half of a point.
Yeah, but
she was a good professor, but I don't think they watch through your fingers.
It's really good to meet you in this kind of new environment and not that old one.
So tell us, Ljiljan, what is your role as the business developer and what have you been working on so far?
Yeah, I mean, we were trying to better understand environment and to understand the idea from customer perspective, to understand what they want and how they want it, and we also tried to make to design the product so we can actually go to the market. And we were collecting all the data that is available there to say that this idea is feasible, and it is. And all what we need for our product is almost out there, and soon, once we launch, I'm pretty sure we'll hit the market and customers will recognize this as something that is valuable.
Despite your engagement in UQuest, you're actually quite active in your free time, right? You have a few leisure activities, like it says here that you're a passionate video game player. So can you tell us a bit which games are you passionate about?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, the last game I played was Last of Us Part 2, and I like the stories, to be honest, and I like when there is good progress toward the end of the game, and all kind of achievements, badges I received. I'm quite proud of that. I am level 10 on my PlayStation 4 account, so yeah, I mean, you see, it works even on me, so yeah.
So tell us something about yourself. What about other hobbies?
Yeah, I mean, I really like to go out in the nature. That's something that really makes me not just relax, but more productive for the upcoming days. For example, if I spend weekends on mountain climbing or biking, I really feel much better the whole week from Monday to Friday, just because I went out, and it's really amazing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I also like spending time in nature. We have that in common,
Yeah, and something, for our audience, but it should stay between us. I used to act.
You used to act?
Yes.
Was that before or after you became university professor?
No, that was much before. But you can even find some articles, but it was really a long time ago. We even had some performances in Italy.
In Italy?
Yes,
wow.
like Verona, Cremona, Brescia, and I really like that.
Well, I can share you also one interesting thing about me. I used to play on concerts in Narodno pozorište Sarajevo, so the National Theatre. I was a part of an orchestra. I was playing the piano, and we like had a couple of concerts there, and it was amazing.
Yeah, but something funny about that part, because this was some of modern theater. It was not like traditional one, and we were supposed, because we had instructors from Italy, we were supposed to walk around and talk about our past and history, and then we were supposed to make some stories. And the story I came up was that, I was telling one story, another story, like 15 stories, and then I was really tired, and I said, I'm horse,
I'm horse.
In Italian, io sono un cavallo, and I even learned my part in Italian. And I didn't understand what I was trying to say, but, Italian media, they interpreted this as I'm like a boy who is lost, searching for happiness and everything else, and they were right. But it was, of course, a long time ago. But
did you find that happiness today?
I believe I did, but just, just something. You never know. I mean, how can you know you found happiness?
I mean, you feel good, you feel bad.
But
you know when you feel unhappy.
Can you feel good and bad all the
time? Okay, so moving on, I wanted to talk to you about gamification.
Gamification is you just apply game elements into non-game context. So whenever you use, and you can see it everywhere, not just in the games. You can see it if you have a steady job. You can see that to some extent they are using gamification. This could be as simple as giving you some credit for doing a good job, or this could be like creating formal system that allows you to progress. Like level 1, level 2, level 3. So gamification is something that is not used by all companies right now, but some companies are using it and they are saying it's working, it's quite good for their employees and their satisfaction. So gamification can include points, badges, levels, achievements, storytelling, all kind of things you can see in the games. You apply it in other contexts. I mean, for example, I can promote you to interview level 2 right now, and you can feel good or bad about that, but it could be a real thing. Yep.
So, did you think about maybe applying it to your lectures?
Yes. I mean, that's something I actually do, but it's not, as you know, as my former student. I cannot lie to you.
Yes, you cannot. I know everything.
Yes, I didn't use it, but I'm planning to introduce like different levels and achievements for good answers and bad answers. Right now, I will introduce some categories, and I will, if you give me a good answer, you can get. I mean, because everything is online right now, and it's very difficult to motivate students to talk. I will use the cold call, which is you invite someone to talk randomly to answer the question, and if you answer correctly, you will get B. If you answer wrong, you will get C. If you don't try, you will get F. And if you just don't try to speak, but then I will create, if you answer right questions in the long run, you will get some levels, so you will get points at the end. But that's something that I will test this semester, and just to make them more motivated. And call me in 6 months to see if.
But what can you maybe expect to see in UQuest?
Some research, shows that. Workers or people that are freelancing, that they are not fully happy with their jobs, and this is main issue right now. I mean, if you do some job just because you want salary, it's not fun, right? You are not supposed. So definitely, if we apply the right mix of all game elements, we can make work more engaging.
Yeah.
We don't want you. When you talk about labor market, we don't want you just to do some work. We want you to be happy and earn your salary while doing this. So I think that users will become more engaged, definitely, and that's as a result of this you can expect even rise in productivity. Some research also indicates that for example, if you reduce working days from 5 to 4, you can achieve the same amount of output in your company, even more, and people work less. You see that there is potential people really, expect something different. Traditional work is not the answer. So I guess this is something that we can count.
Yes, I would also love it if there weren't Mondays, because you have a good time on Friday because weekend is coming, but then when weekend is over, Monday comes and you're like, oh man, I have to go work, So I don't know.
Why should you feel like that? You should feel like, oh, it's Monday, I'm going there and I'm going to.
So maybe if you throw out Monday, maybe everything will be good.
It's okay, it's Tuesday right now.
Tuesday will become the new Monday. Actually, I also read a lot about the gamifications, and there are quite a few points of criticism. One thing which you mentioned is the in current gamification in the business world, there's a lack of sense of achievement. There's a lack of storytelling. Most of them just use like the level up and reward model. What you've been talking about. You get maybe leveled up from level 1 interviewer to level 2 interviewer, or
but that's not so common. Just to be clear, the companies are using that, but it's not that common right now.
I know it's still not that common, but those who are using it actually have a lack of storytelling. So that's one of the major points on criticism, and I wanted to get your input on it, because you also said when you play games, what's most important to you is the story of the game, right?
Yeah.
And for me, it's also a big element to have a good story, or if you don't have a story, to have a good engagement between players.
I mean, definitely. I mean, it's not just enough to say now you're level 2 and go do your work. I mean, everything should be somehow.
You're level 2, now go do your work.
Don't you dare. Don't like me. Okay. Jokes aside, I'm just saying you need to create, the whole story about this, and you need to organize some content in forms of stories, so you don't actually do work, you do something like, I don't know, should I say it, but like a quest.
So what about the false sense of achievement that you might get from let's say badly developed gamification system?
I mean, gamification, just to clarify this, it can work in most industries, but in some industries it cannot work. I mean, sometimes you really need to do serious work, and you just cannot use all game elements.
Why do you think UQuest nailed it?
Yeah, I mean, problem with existing implementations is they really don't target all those elements. They just use something, and which is also good. I don't want to criticize this, but how they implement this kind of gamification and game elements also matters. It depends. I mean, you need to have strong leadership in the company. You need to have strong management to lead this process. Without this, you just will not have the same results. So you need to promote this idea as something that they will understand and see, and see it as beneficial. I'm talking about companies here, not about freelancing right now. But in the freelancing is the same. You need to explain users that they will enjoy if they just accept to do things differently. This can be a problem, I believe, because you are used to do your work and have your free time, right?
Yeah. What do you think? Does UQuest have good management? Is David good enough of a CEO to do the implementation right? And by the way, no pressure in answering this question.
I mean, I just want to say there are no guns pointed at me right now. Really, nobody's threatening me right now. I feel quite comfortable, speaking about this. And now, what was your question? Just saying. I mean, David is, I believe, most devoted guy I met in my life. It's not because we worked together on this idea, although it could sound like that, just saying because we worked together. But what he has is he likes this idea, and he's doing it passionately for some time, and he's not giving up. I mean, some people came and left, but he never lost his.
So how did actually you two guys meet? I'm interested to hear that, because I know you didn't have a chance to be his professor.
Yeah, he's lucky. Yeah, I mean, I remember our first meeting, and my colleague, I mean, I think they were living close next to each other, and he asked, do you know someone to help me with business and understand and do an analysis, etc., etc. And then she connected us. That's how we met. And the first meeting I was quite confused. To be honest, he was trying to explain, this using references to Pokemon and other businesses, and I understood it a little bit, but it was like, okay, it's good. I need to think about this. I was even considering, just because I had many tasks to do at that time. Semester started, my research projects. I was thinking, just to say no, I cannot do it. But then, we talk about this, and I say, okay, let's try. But if it's not working, I'm leaving. And
you've been here for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Since almost the beginning.
Yeah, I believe there are a few people that came before, and yeah, I came like, I don't know.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
few months after he started, yeah. Is it like this? Yeah, I mean, what I can say at the end, UClass is something that will be the future. I'm quite sure that, whether we conquer the world or some portion of it, I'm pretty sure that, users will find this engaging, because if you can do freelancing work, I don't see why you cannot do freelancing and have fun at the same time. That's something like, in addition to get paid for your work, you get some extra fun, and it's quite good. But like every business, it's very difficult to start, and we are working on that part yet, and we expect to have some product pretty soon and to get more users.
Yes, we're definitely gonna talk more about product development and some more, inside programming stuff with the guys who are actually working on programming on UQuest. They will come in later episodes. But Ljiljan, thank you very much. It's been a really, really nice conversation. I hope you had fun too.
Yeah, I did, and
no pressure, of course. And yeah, that's it, people. See you in the next episode.
I just wanted to say one last thing. Subscribe to our channel and hit this bell button, because you will not get notification if you don't click that bell button. And trust us, you will learn more about our products.
Also, no pressure, guys. Just saying, no pressure.
Don't do it do it tonight.